Hello, my name is Alejandra Londono and welcome to my YouTube channel. On this channel, you find lots of videos specifically about teaching and working online from home. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you some tips when you're going through the Outschool application process, specifically when you're making that demo video. Now, before I dig into the topic, I would very much appreciate if you are new here to please subscribe to my channel. That little action helps my channel begin to grow. All right, well, let's start this video. So there is a new application for Outschool, and this application requires you to record a 3 to 5 minute video. Part of the Outschool application is to record a 3 to 5 minute video briefly introducing yourself and really showing just a sample lesson of what you plan on teaching if you're hired for Outschool. So in this video, I'm going to share 5, maybe 6 tips on how to do the best in this part of the application process. So tip number 1 is to actually create a small classroom. Now, you do not need an entire room in your house dedicated to teaching, but you do want a small backdrop. Now, yours does not need to be as detailed as mine. When I first became an online teacher, all I had were some simple posters I bought from the Dollar Tree and a sign that had my name on it. I always recommend either the Dollar Tree or Target. Both of those stores have cheap sections for teachers that you can buy tons of cute things. For instance, I bought this border actually from Target, I think for 50 cents before. I bought this, or someone actually gave it to me, but it's from Target, and you can also find it on Amazon for a few dollars. I have this poster, and this is actually Nancy Taylor's poster, but it's in a smaller version, and she actually has really big posters that are really nice that you can order from her website. I'll have that link below, but she's really good. When I first started, I had bought things, like I said, from the Dollar Tree. So they actually have a whole teacher section. You can get the alphabet, you can get colors, you can get almost anything, but I definitely recommend you have at least 2 or 3 things behind you. I would say maybe a sign with maybe a map. You can get one at the Dollar Tree. You could have a whiteboard, a small one, a big one. You could just have border. But try to have something so your classroom is professional looking. Tip number 2 is to have good lighting. Now, I have been an online teacher for almost 3 years and I still don't have tons of lighting equipment. I like to teach with either my window open, like I have right now when I record my videos, or I have lamps around me. And my lamps have white lights. So I have a lamp above my head, I have a lamp right next to my computer, I have a lamp to the side. So you don't have to spend money right away buying lighting equipment, but you do want to record your video so your video is at least bright. And this is a prime example. My video is definitely like my YouTube video. It's not perfect quality, but you can see my face. I'm bright enough. I'm not super dark. So you do want to keep that into consideration when you're recording your video. And just a side note, when you are recording your video, it comes out better if you're recording it horizontally. So you want to have your phone sitting horizontally, so not tall ways, long ways. And you simply can just sit it on something. You can pile it on top of books. You can have it leaning on your computer. But I definitely recommend having good lighting and then recording either with your phone or your tablet. Tip number 3 is to introduce yourself very briefly. So that is not the focus of your video for the demo lesson. The focus is your sample class. But you do want to introduce yourself. You can still share your name. You can very quickly go over your experience and maybe highlight some of your passions. I'll show you an example of what I would do. Hello, my name is Alejandra Londono and I am so excited to be applying for Outschool. I have been a teacher for the last 5 years. I taught kindergarten, 4th and 5th grade for 3 years, and then now I teach English online, and I've been doing that for the last 2 years. I have many passions and I honestly just really enjoy teaching children. I love doing arts and crafts and trying to be creative. I love children's literature and I also love talking about animals. So I hope to create classes about these different passions. So as you can see, that was very quick and to the point. I mentioned my name, I mentioned a little bit of my experience, and I mentioned my passions. And you do not have to go into detail with the video because you have that written portion and you can actually write out your experience and your passions. So tip number 4 may be quite obvious, but you want your lesson or your sample class to be something you're actually passionate about. So if you could only teach one class on Outschool, what would it be? What is the number one thing you love to teach? That's what you want to do in your demo or sample class. So you want to narrow it down to something you're truly passionate about or something you really enjoy teaching, and then create a short class about that. Now, of course, you want to do about 3 to 4 minutes for this. And I do recommend the class be quite simple. Don't make it too complicated because the focus is really going to be your teaching personality, which actually brings me to tip number 5. So tip number 5 is to show that teacher personality. Now, you really want to always be smiling. You want to be a happy teacher. Now, your energy level obviously depends on your teaching style. I personally have a very high energy level, so usually I'm a little more energetic in my introduction videos because when I'm actually teaching, my energy level is high. Now, if you have a lower energy level, that's totally fine, but you do want to keep that smile on your face. Maybe you're a very patient teacher. You want to show that. Maybe you're a very kind teacher and love to give your students compliments. Show that in your sample class. Show your nice, happy, fun personality. And remember to smile. Also, just a side note, as I've been helping my referrals, this is something I have noticed. A lot of my referrals were previously or are still ESL teachers, so they work for VIPKID, VIPKID, iTutorGroup. And they're very used to teaching at a slower pace. Now, I actually sometimes do talk very slow because, again, I do teach ESL online, but I was also a kindergarten teacher. So I enunciate certain words. I speak at a slower pace, just normally. But when you're doing your sample class and your introduction, you do not want to talk super slow. Remember, these people know English, and yes, like I have a slower speed, and that's okay, but not super slow. That's just my side tip. Talk at a normal speed. So, tip number 6 is to have a mentor or someone to actually look at your video. I would love to be your mentor, but there is no pressure whatsoever. But I definitely recommend that you find someone who is an Outschool teacher or someone that is just really going to be honest with you. Let's just say that. So you want someone to look at your video and give you honest feedback. You don't want to just show someone your video and be like, yeah, looks good. Perfect, submit it. And then there are certain things that are actually not good. You want to be able to share your video with someone and then they give you feedback where necessary. Now, again, I would love to help you with that if you need it, whether you use my referral code or not. It does not matter. I'm here to help, so you can just send me it through my email, and I will link that down below, and then I can take a look at your video and give you some feedback. I've also seen people just post it in Outschool Facebook groups. You can post your video, ask the group, what do you guys think? And they'll give you feedback. So that's definitely something I recommend. Don't be so quick to submit your video right away. Yes, you're excited to try and start this journey, but you do want your application to be nice and you want to be very professional. So if there's something someone recommends you fix, fix it. All right, and that wraps up this video. I hope you found those tips just a little bit helpful to help you with the application process with Outschool. I must honestly say I am loving the journey with Outschool so far. I've always loved teaching, and I feel like Outschool is an awesome part-time or even full-time opportunity for so many people. If you have any questions ever, or if I can help you in any way, again, do not hesitate to send me an email. I also recommend you follow me on social media, and just thank you for watching. I hope to see you guys soon. Bye.